Welcome back to Chic Critiques. I'm Mercedes, and today I'm going to be launching like a special series that I put together. So, a little bit of backstory. I want to say in 2009, 8-ish, I heard about a book called 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. And I went to the bookstore. The guy who was there helping me kind of trying to find this book was kind of like, do you plan on dying soon? And I'm like, no, I'm just a movie buff, and I really want to see like what this author penned, to see like if there's some movies on this list that I should really like be familiar with or should know of, like just doing my research and just being a movie buff that I am. So with all that said, I will say that in that book, you could Google it, you could check it out, but in that book, I felt like, did this author even watch 1001 movies? That's a lot of film to watch. I haven't even seen 1001 movies, and I've seen a lot of movies. So it made me feel like, is he just pulling from like what other people have said are great movies? You know, those classic movies like The Birth of a Nation, The Citizen Kanes, all these films that are just proclaimed as great films. But does he actually feel like these are great movies? Or I don't even remember if there were multiple authors that helped write that book, because I just can't wrap my head around one person watching 1001 movies. But anyway, I say that all to say that I'm gonna do my personal list of not 1001, but 101 movies you must see in your lifetime, because ain't nobody dying around here, right? So this is my list of 101 movies you must see in your lifetime. And when I say that, I'm saying these are films that have impacted me. These are some of my absolute all-time favorite films. These are films that probably would never get notarized on any large scale. But I like to think of it as, if this world were to end tomorrow and there was nothing left of humanity, and the aliens came down, or the next humankind came around and they found a time capsule that said, the films that you must know and see, stamped by Mercedes, these are the films that I would want those people to watch. So let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, I have my entire DVD setup. I went digging in the crates the other day in my storage space for all of the DVDs that I own, to like write down my list. So a lot of them will be from my own personal collection. Who has DVDs anymore? I do. So a lot of them will be from my own personal collection. And then as I was curating this list, I'm like, oh my God, but what about this film and that film? Films that I never had DVDs for, or just films that I grew up on that I don't have anymore. I might have had the VHS, don't have it anymore. So I'm probably going to shuffle these up and just pick one once a week at least, to just tap into my own personal collection. I own these films. I watch these films. These are films I've seen over a dozen times. And check out my list, y'all. Really looking, if these are films that you haven't heard of, haven't seen, I really think that you should go watch them. That's why they're on my list. Okay, first movie has to be, I guess, from my personal collection. So I'm not even gonna look. I'm just gonna grab a film. Let's see. It's this one. Oh, Poetic Justice. Okay, Poetic Justice. Now, this is directed by John Singleton, and the late, great John Singleton. Let me add that on there. It stars Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur. Oh my goodness, what do you say about Poetic Justice? Well, the film is about Justice, who is played by Janet Jackson. She's a poet, she's a hairstylist, and she goes on a road trip with her best friend and her best friend's boyfriend and his friend. So like when your homegirl try to hook you up with her boyfriend's homeboy, something like that, right? So Justice goes on this road trip in the back of a mail truck with these guys as they're driving to Oakland, California. Takes place in LA, because that's what John Singleton is known for, just really putting his city on the map. And it's a love story. And what's interesting, because I do have a lot of black films that are love stories. Black films that are love stories aren't necessarily like these happily ever after love stories. It's always like this struggle love that's going on. So of course it's not just a linear love story. Justice and Lucky is Tupac's character's name. They bump heads a little bit. It's not like smooth sailing. They don't really get along that great. but they ultimately come to a common ground and a respect for each other and for what they're trying to stand for, and trying to be better in a world that really doesn't champion them. So, oh man, I love this movie so much. The poetry in this film, oh my goodness, like, Justice is just phenomenal. And it has one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs in it, I Never Dreamed of Leaving You in Summer. I love, that is my absolute favorite Stevie Wonder song. So check out Poetic Justice. Tell me what you think. I can't believe we're kicking off the list with this one. So yeah, if you know this film, like that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel, because every single day for the next 101 days, I'm going to be dropping a new video talking about a classic film, a film that I hold near and dear to my heart, a film that I think you should see. Maybe it's a feel good, maybe it's a rom-com, a drama, I don't know. But we're gonna have fun, and these videos are gonna stay short. I'm not gonna keep you long. So we're kicking it off with Poetic Justice, and I can't be mad at that. See you for the next video tomorrow.